Today we're looking at 10 Nintendo Switch hidden gems, or just gems in general really, and a fair few of these today they are new releases, but I've not been able to pull myself away from them, so I do have a good feeling that might be the case for many of you too. Now if you do enjoy the video today, consider subscribing, helps out the channel a huge amount, and even just watching this far, I seriously appreciate it. With that, my name's Alex, this is SwitchCorner, let's get started. Have a Nice Death is a must-play for action roguelike fans. As an overworked death, you're tasked with getting your unruly employees in line so you can finally take a vacation. The boss encounters here add a humour and context to the world, and Death's impressive skill set like dashing for invincibility frames and grappling, it just makes exploration and combat extremely rewarding. Each run then unlocks new weapons, spells and performance reviews, the latter there that actually provides ongoing rewards that you will unlock for future runs. You can even unlock shortcuts to key moments, which are definitely appreciated, but they should be used wisely. While some moments do feel cheap honestly in combat, some easy hits on you, and there are stutters actually when changing locations, I've still been having a great time with this one, and I'd love to see them expand the experience in the future. Expect a full review here on the channel from me very soon. Lunark is a recent release. It pays homage to games like Another World and Flashback with its cinematic movement and strategic gameplay. Now as Leo, we're working with an organisation to collect items for research purposes in a futuristic world with over-the-top weapons and environmental design. Now while the story may be predictable, honestly I still did enjoy it. But overall, I'm going to give this warning, it's definitely not a game for everyone, not really because of problems, more just by design. The game may feel clunky at times with long animations, such as the jump, it takes up a huge amount of space. It's just basically a genre that's not for the easily frustrated, as it demands frequent deaths and mistakes, and honestly sometimes that's purely down to the control scheme. The music and the visual style are fantastic though. That said, the pixelation can at moments be a little overwhelming. Overall, Lunark is a solid addition to the old school action genre. I previously reviewed Jack Move on the channel. I wanted to give it another mention again today though, because it is a game that really impressed me and I've actually been revisiting it recently. Now as a self-described cyberpunk JRPG, turn-based fans will really enjoy this. The story here follows Noah, a young hacker fighting against corruption, and when a mega corporation kidnaps her estranged father, she teams up with a group to rescue him, leading to this story that twists and turns alongside a likeable cast. What sets Jack Move apart is its streamlined approach, so we only control Noah in battle but can modify her abilities with upgraded chips. This leads to this quick pace and a runtime of around 6 to 8 hours. Definitely a refreshing change from, overcomplicated JRPGs. The world and the visual style then are intriguing with a combination of top-down exploration and 3D battles. My only real complaint here is the backgrounds in battles can feel a little repetitive at times with this very similar wire effect. Check out my full review linked below for more details. I've been surprised then by how much I've been enjoying Fitness Boxing Fist of the North Star. While it's not as robust as, let's say, Ring Fit Adventure, it still manages to make you forget that you are working out, and that's really the main goal here. The gameplay, simple but engaging, with you punching in time to the rhythm alongside a cast of Fist of the North Star characters. You'll occasionally take on extended workouts as well. These are boss encounters with waves of enemies, and that's great fun and a nice change of pace. It also has cosmetic options, not really my thing however. The game can get repetitive naturally, but I found myself playing this for 20 to 30 minutes daily, completing the challenges, and that is never a bad thing. It's over the top, it's fun, there's even a demo available on the eShop if you do want to try it out first. I wanted to give a shout out then to Road 96, especially since the recent prequel release of Mile Zero, and while the prequel didn't quite capture the same magic, the original release was incredibly well done. It's this unique combination of narrative adventure and roguelike elements, where you control teens on the run from an oppressive government attempting to get over the border. If caught, the consequence is definitely not pleasant. However, what really stands out is the cast of characters you meet on this journey, with each playthrough revealing a little bit more about their backgrounds. Despite a few areas with frame rate issues, the experience is not harmed much because the game is just so unique and it's packed full of interesting moments around rebellion and even some mini games, which was unexpected. You can check out my full review in the pinned comment. I'll also be linking Mile Zero down for those curious about the prequel. Post Void is a new release from Super Rare Games, available digitally and likely to get a physical release given the company's business model. The game is both super budget friendly and incredibly challenging, with satisfyingly difficult gameplay that makes you want to keep on trying. The world is surreal, with a unique mechanic where you carry a head filled with juice that acts as a timer. You move too slowly, it's gonna be game over. To make things even more challenging, your opposition are skilled and appear to have homing missiles as bullets. Despite the difficulty though, the game bleeds style, and it's just an exciting example of how fun something can be when you just keep it simple. This thing is absolutely brutal. It is perfect for the Switch. Now, have you managed to overcome the 11 packed in levels? Let me know in the comments. I'm for sure determined, but the game is yet to reward me with a win. Square Enix Paranormasight: The Seven Mysteries of Honjo is a standout release demonstrating the publisher's willingness to explore unconventional genres. Like recently they've done FMV, and in this case this is visual novel. In particular, it is a horror set visual novel, and it's a world where curses are a reality and 7 deadly curses they're basically currently in action, each controlled by a different individual. Players must investigate murders and fight against those with curses, deciding whether to kill or even forgive them. Why? To bring someone you know back from the dead. What I love about this game is the freedom it offers. You can explore the world with choice over which location you visit next. You can rotate the camera at each location 360 degrees. Like some seriously creative mechanics in here as well that breaks a typical experience, which I won't be spoiling for you. Of course, do expect a lot of reading here, but if you like your horror, I do think this is well worth considering. It hooked me immediately, and the branching pathways had me even more engrossed. If you're a fan of Metroidvania games, then you shouldn't miss Ghost Song from Humble Games. Now, this game is a unique spin on the genre, with a story that follows a dead suit awakening on a mysterious moon, and you're embarking on a journey of self-discovery, ancient mystery, and cosmic terror. Now, what sets this game apart is definitely its cosmic terror theme. It's not often explored in games. This 2D side-scroller though has some stunning visual design thanks to it, with environments that capture the scale of the world, and overall it's just a sizable map to explore. Combat is at the forefront of the gameplay, with a variety of weapons, abilities, and hidden locations for greater rewards, and while the movement may admittedly feel a little clunky at first, that's how I felt, the challenge is incredibly rewarding once you do get used to it, and overall I do think they did a good job. Ghost Song, just a quality game that manages to stand out in what is a very busy genre. While a Squad 51 versus the Flying Saucers may not be perfect, its originality is a huge benefit and makes it worthy of a recommendation. This horizontal shooter takes inspiration from B-movies, and the visual style is a standout feature that elevates the game above, I guess, what is a very generic setup. The inclusion of FMV sequences punctuating the levels as well just adds to the overall appeal for me, as I am a massive fan of the genre. The game controls well. It offers solid enemy variety with a difficulty level that of course ramps up as you progress. However, I will admit the black and white visuals can make it challenging to distinguish what are safe objects and enemies at times as a warning. Kind of leads to a sense, I guess, at times of trial and error. Additionally, the game may be a bit pricey at its launch price, so waiting for a discount may be a good idea. But overall, I do think it's a game worth adding to your wishlist, and you can expect to see it featured on one of our deals videos in the near future as we start to see it drop. While Pirates Outlaws may have a relatively generic name there, it is a standout game in the roguelike deck builder genre. Clearly influenced by Slay the Spire, the game features unique papercraft visuals and an engaging premise. Navigate the seas, defeat pirates while bracing yourself for surprise attacks and powerful enemies. The game offers a lot of variety with 3 game modes, multiple heroes, and a huge selection of enemies, outlaws, and bosses, all taking place across 7 chapters. But where Pirates Outlaws truly shines is in its card variety, over 700 cards and then 200 relics. The deck building aspect of the game is endlessly engaging. It's offering players ample opportunity for experimentation, and of course, strategy. It will definitely be making an appearance in a future video on my top roguelike builders. It's absolutely worth checking out for any fans of the genre, and if you do want to see my list of top 15 roguelike deck builders out there right now, I have linked that in the pinned comment below. If you watched this far, then I seriously appreciate it. It means a huge amount to me, and if you did enjoy the content, consider subscribing, liking the video. It helps us out a huge amount. With that, I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.